Okay, this video is going to be about manifesting to your max potential. You have to realize that everyone has a max potential. Every single human being has that max potential that they can get to or they can obtain. Now, a lot of human beings are not able to see that max potential, vision that max potential, and then work towards getting to their max potential. A lot of human beings are programmed to not see that max potential. So these are the people in your day-to-day life that you are most likely encountering. They are not working every single day of their lives towards the max potential. They're working every single day of their lives to what they're told to do, to what they're taught, to what their environment has taught them. Whether that be school, whether that be their family, whether that be their friends, whether that be their workplace, it just totally depends. What your max potential is the best version of you possible. So if you were to go into a room, sit in a room, close your eyes, and vision the best possible version of yourself. Physically, financially, see if you have a beautiful partner, totally depends. You can ask your future version of yourself, what habits did they take to become that person? You can subconsciously ask your max potential this. Now, when you ask your future self this question, you want to actually feel you being in your max potential. How would it feel? What country are you in? What setting are you in? Do you have kids? Do you have a lot of money? How much money exactly do you have in your bank account? Now, this might take a bit of meditation. This might take a while, but you will get to the point where you are so good at visualizing, you are so good at meditation that your soul can physically be in a separate body of time, and you feel the goosebumps, you feel this feeling. So this is exactly how actors will cry in movies. If you think of something really sad, it will spark an emotion in your body because your soul is feeling that thing. Now, when your soul feels that thing, you have it. That's brilliant. You're on that frequency. Now you need to act on that frequency. You need to have habits in your life that is you working towards becoming the max potential version of yourself. The spiritual and physical world work hand in hand together. You cannot just have one thing. So you cannot just sit in your bed and you can't just manifest. You can't just imagine yourself doing this and being this brilliant person and you're not taking any habits in your life. You're not doing anything with your life. It does not work in that way. You need to have a plan, write down habits of what you are going to do every single day, get them done no matter what, every single day to reach your max potential. They won't teach you this anywhere. They won't teach you this in school. They won't teach you this in your job. They are worried. Most people are worried about the physical, the now. The only time you worry about the physical and the now is when you are taking your habits. So what can you do now in the physical world? When you're thinking from a spiritual point of view, you want to be working on yourself to develop spiritually for the future, who you want to become. So what you do frequently becomes your frequency. 19 Keys, another guy I look up to very highly, said this, and it's very, very true.
What's the first step?
Well, what you do frequently becomes your frequency. So
Wisdom.
if you want to know your life, look at your habits. That's what you do frequently, right? And they add up to a rhythm. That rhythm becomes a pattern. That pattern becomes your character. That character becomes your life. You're not going to be able to break out of it until you change something about who you are.
Whatever habits you are taking is what outcomes you're going to get in your life. Whoever you're hanging around in your circle is what's going to affect your energy. So get an A4 copy, get a page of paper, and replan exactly how you spend each of your days, using your higher self, using your max potential version of yourself for guidance. Now, a lot of people look outside of themselves for guidance. You have to realize you have all the answers yourself. Your higher self has all the answers you need. A lot of people know exactly what to do, but they just decide not to do it because of fear it won't work out, all of these things that we're programmed to. You have to realize the whole reason we have fear of having faith in ourselves is because that's what we've been taught. From 4 years old, you're thrown into a school system of being dependent on teachers to guide you, your parents to guide you, learn education off other people. You have to go here, you have to do this, you have to sign that, you have to do this test. You're told what to do all throughout your life. You're not making your own decisions. So that's why it's very hard for people to switch that mindset when they're leaving school, to have faith in their own ability and to make their own decisions for themselves. Because no matter what, it's scary, yeah, it's fear. You always have that thought. When I started my journey over 3 years ago, I of course had them thoughts where it's like, oh, it won't even work out. I didn't know where I was going. I was just working every single day. So that's the thing. Most people don't know where they're going. You need to know where you currently are on the map to get to your destination. So if you're using Google Maps needs to know your current location for you to get to that destination. So you want to have a look at your current location. Let's say your current location, and then you have your max potential version of yourself. How do I get from my current location to the max potential version of myself? And in between that current location and the max potential version of yourself is a road of habits. You decide your own habits. You have to take full accountability for all your habits. It is easy to blame your environment. It is easy to blame family members. It's easy to blame absolutely anything. But you have to realize most successful people all have a tough story. They all have a million things that they could have blamed. Probably tougher than the average person, to be honest. Because this is the problem. Most people are comfortable. They're comfortable with their current position. So nothing compels them. They have no fire to reach that max potential version of yourselves because they are comfortable. You have to change your mindset to not be comfortable. If physically, let's say the people, because a lot of people aren't tapped in spiritually. Let's say physically the best version of you came in crazy shape, loads of money, shows you all the cars he or she has outside, totally depends, and they physically shake your hand and say, you need to take all of these habits to become me, and if you take all of these habits every single day, you will guaranteed become me. Most likely most people would do that because they have physical proof. You have to realize a lot of things are more spiritual than they are physical. When you can tap into the spiritual side of yourself, you will get a lot more physical outcomes in your life, believe it or not. Because as I've said nearly in all about my other videos, that the physical and spiritual world, they work hand in hand together like a two-way road. Your habits have to align. Your frequency has to align with what you're acting on now. And what you're acting on now is going to align with what your frequency is. And you have to be very careful of who you're hanging around. If who you're hanging around is trying to take the mick out of what you're doing, they aren't supporting you. They aren't on a high level of thinking. They don't think for themselves. They don't pursue your thinking or make you question your thinking. You need to find a new group of friends. And I'm not saying you need to totally disarm your old friends and you can't speak to them anymore. You need to find new people. And there's nothing wrong with being alone as well for a while. If you're building up your value, you will eventually come across other valuable people. This goes the same for relationships. When you are working on being the max potential of yourself on this journey, you will find similar people. You will find the same value of people. So never ever think you being alone, because alone is another word for all one. You're all one with yourself. Because people are so used to not being alone, they're so used to being surrounded with other people, they think that they're missing out. They think they're missing out on hanging around with other people. I'm telling you, you're not. You need to work on yourself. You are all you have in this world. And again, all our souls and spirits, they all come from the same place. We are all one. We're all one anyways. So you're meant to be alone. You're meant to be all one with yourself. And when you can work on becoming the best version of yourself, you have a vision. You wake up in the morning, you see the vision of the best version of yourself. Bang, you have all your habits laid out on exactly what you're going to do. There is no reason you can't reach your max potential. Now, it was shorter than my other videos. That's what I have today. If you're interested in improving your financial status, your mindset, your health, your network with people, I do have a VIP group in my YouTube bio that anyone can join for €20 a month. What people make the most money off is the trading section, which is what I personally do for money. I do swing trading and growth investing. So if anyone is interested in that, that's an option. Again, if you're happy with the free content, all I literally ask is just for support on the channel. Thank you very much for watching.